Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everybody. Sashraddaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya.
Sashraddhaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya
Jigyasaya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya.
Jigyasya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya
Yogeshwaro Upasanaya Cha Nityam.
Yogeshwaro Upasanaya Cha Nityam
Punya Shavah Kathaya Punyaya Cha.
Punya Shava Kathaya Punyaya Cha
Sashraddaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya.
Sashraddhaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya
Jigyasaya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya.
Jigyasya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya
Yogeshwaro Pasanaya Cha Nityam.
Yogeshwaro Upasanaya Cha Nityam
Punya Shavah Kathaya Punyaya Cha.
Punya Shavaha Kathaya Punyaya Cha
Sashraddaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya.
Sashraddhaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya
Jigyasaya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya.
Jigyasya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya
Yogeshwaro Upasanaya Cha Nityam.
Yogeshwaro Upasanaya Cha Nityam
Punya Shava Kataya Punyaya Cha.
Punya Shava Kathaya Punyaya Cha
Sashraddaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya.
Sashraddhaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya
Jigyasaya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya.
Jigyasya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya
Yogeshwaro Upasanaya Cha Nityam.
Yogeshwaro Upasanaya Cha Nityam
Punya Shava Kataya Punyaya Cha.
Punya Shava Kathaya Punyaya Cha
Sashraddaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya.
Sashraddhaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya
Sashraddaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya.
Sashraddhaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya
Jigyasayadmika Yoga Nishtaya.
Jigyasya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya
Jigyasayadhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya.
Jigyasya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya
Yogeshwaropasanaya Cha Nityam.
Yogeshwaropasanaya Cha Nityam
Yogeshwaropasanaya Cha Nityam.
Yogeshwaropasana Cha Nityam
Punya Shava Kathaya Punyaya Cha.
Punya Shava Kathaya Punyaya Cha
Punya Shava Kathaya Punyaya Cha.
Punya Shavaha Kathaya Punyaya Cha
Sashraddaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya Jigyasaya Dhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya Yogeshwaropasana Cha Nityam Punyasravaha Kathaya Punyaya Cha Sashraddaya Bhagavad Dharma Charyaya Jigyasaya Adhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya Yogeshwaropasana Cha Nityam Punyasravaha Navaha Kathaya Punyaya Cha.
Sa, that devotion service, Shraddhaya, with faith and conviction, Bhagavat Dharma, devotion service, Charyaya, by discussion, Jigyasaya, by inquiry, Adhyatmika, spiritual, Yoga Nishtaya, by conviction and spiritual understanding, Yoga Ishvaraha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Upasanaya, by worshipping Him, Cha, and Nityam, regularly, Punya Shavaha, by hearing which, Kathaya, by discussion, Punyaya, by pious, Cha, also. Attachment to the Supreme can be increased by practicing devotion service, inquiring about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, applying Bhakti Yoga in life, worshipping the Yogeshwara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and by hearing and chanting about the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These actions are pious in themselves. Attachment for the Supreme can be increased
Attachment for the Supreme can be
by
increased
practicing devotion service,
by practicing devotional service,
inquiring about the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
inquiring about the Supreme Personality of
applying
Godhead,
Bhakti Yoga in life,
applying Bhakti Yoga in life,
worshipping the Yogeshwara,
worshipping the Yogeshwara,
the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
the Supreme Personality of
and
Godhead,
by hearing and chanting
and by hearing and chanting
about the glories
about the
of the
glories
Supreme Personality of Godhead.
of the Supreme
These
Personality of Godhead.
actions
These
are
actions
pious in themselves.
are pious in themselves.
Yes, Supriti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. The word Yogeshwara is applicable to both the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna and his devotees also. In Bhagavad Gita, this word occurs in two places. In the 18th chapter, 18.78, Krishna is described as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, who is the master of all mystic power, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. Yogeshwara is also described at the end of the 6th chapter, 6.47, Same Yuktatma Mataha. Same Yukta Tamo Mataha. This Yukta Tama indicates the topmost of all yogis, the devotees, who can also be called Yogeshwara. In this verse, Yogeshwara Upasana means to render service to a pure devotee. Thus, Narottama Dasa Thakura says, Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nisthara Paiche Keba. Without serving a pure devotee, one cannot advance in spiritual life. Prahlad Maharaj also has said, Naisham Matistavat Urukramangrihim Spurshakya Anartha Apagamo Yad Artaha Mahiya Sampada Rajo Abhishekam Nishkinchana Nishkinchananam Na Vrunita Yavat. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.32. One should take shelter of a pure devotee who has nothing to do with this material world but is simply engaged in devotional service. By serving him only, one can transcend the qualitative material condition. In this verse, it is recommended Yogeshwara Upasanaya, that one serve the lotus feet of the topmost yogi or the devotee. To serve the topmost devotee means to hear from him about the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To hear the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead from the mouth of a pure devotee is to acquire a pious life. In Bhagavad Gita 7.28, it is also said that without being pious, one cannot engage in devotional service. Yeshantva antagatam papam jananam punyakarmanam vedvandamoha nirmukta bhajanti mam drudavrataha. To become fixed in devotional service, one has to become completely cleansed from the contamination of the material modes of nature. For work in devotional service, the first item is Adav Guru Ashrayam. One should accept a bona fide spiritual master and from the bona fide spiritual master inquire about one's transcendental occupational duties, Sadharma Pricha, and follow in the footsteps of great saintly persons, devotees, Sadhu Marga Anugamanam. These are the instructions given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. The conclusion is that to increase attachment for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one has to accept a bona fide spiritual master and learn from him the methods of devotional service and hear from him about the transcendental message and glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this way, one has to increase his conviction about devotional service. Then it will be very easy to increase attachment for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanathmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sashadaya Bhagavad Dharmacharyaya
Sashrataya Bhagavat Dharmacharya
Jigyasaya Adhyatmika Yoga Nishtaya
Jigyasya Jatmika Yoga Nishtaya
Yogeshwaro Upasanaya Cha Nityam
Yogeshwaro Upasanaya Cha Nityam
Punyashava Kathaya Punyaya Cha.
Punya Shravah Kataya Punyaya
Attachment to the Supreme Personality Godhead can be increased by practicing devotional service, inquiring about the Supreme Personality Godhead, applying Bhakti Yoga in life, worshipping the Yogeshwara of the Supreme Personality Godhead, by hearing and chanting about the glories of the Supreme Personality Godhead. These actions are pious in themselves. Now we know that how to, so therefore yesterday there Sunishtaya, we discussed so many times this word, it has been definitely determined, Sunishtaya, that we have to increase our attachment to Krishna. That's what we discussed yesterday. We are increasing everything, we forget to increase attachment to Krishna. Because that is the only thing which will stay with us. The body will go, this whole existence will go, so-called family will go, the country will go, everything will go. So-called honor in this world will go, all our degrees will go. What only thing will remain with us is faith in Krishna. That is the only asset that is actually the important asset. Other things you have to leave. You cannot take with you. What you can take with you when you leave the body, which is important asset, your faith in Krishna. How much faith you have developed in Guru and Krishna. That's the only thing that you can take with you. Nothing else that actually matters. In ultimate issue, okay, for the time being, okay, you have to work to maintain the body, you have to take care of the family, you are part of the country, so many things are there. So much gibberish is going on, XYZ in this world. So much drama is going in this world. Okay? We are in society, we are dealing with thousands of people. Everything will go. It cannot be maintained. But what will maintain is my attachment to Krishna. Therefore, you see the four Kumaras, being the great Acharyas, are bringing right there on the, they know the essence of devotional service. They're right on target from the first shloka. My dear Prithu Maharaj, your mission of life is to increase attachment to Krishna. And now they are talking about how to increase attachment to Krishna. Now this is spoken in brief. In Nectar of Devotion, there are so many elements given. How do we increase attachment to Krishna? Ado Guru Ashaya Sadharma Prach. Like that, Nectar of Devotion also develops 64 items of devotion service. Anybody located? We can read that today. Okay, so the first process is actually, now if you take in a spiritual life, as the ISKCON institution is there, okay, there are so many kind of personalities who play the role of Guru in your life. So many. There is what you call Shiksha Guru, there is Diksha Guru, Vartama Pradaksha Guru. So many kind of people will play part in our life. I will just focus on Guru principle. Okay? Otherwise, it is not easy. It's very detailed. You know? So basically why it is said, it's easy to understand. When somebody speaks to you, a concept, not only do you get the concept, you also get his realization about the concept. So you are benefited. The full package you get together. Now suppose today you get some idea that actually I should constantly engage full day in devotion service. Okay? You get that idea. But you know that you cannot hold that idea for more than 1 second. It's nice. I will fully engage in 24 hours in devotion service. But suppose you meet somebody of that order. Then actually he has some realization. And hearing that realization, because he has that with him, what happens to you? You're not only getting the concept, but strength to follow the concept. He has a realization. There was a very famous joke. Some sadhu was asked by a mother, the child eats too much sweet. So I want you to instruct him. He said, can he come tomorrow? She said, okay. She went tomorrow. You should not eat sweets, he told. And child stopped eating sweets. You know, I've seen funny thing. If you have seen in Japan, the people, when they open their mouth, teeth are gone. And nowadays, I don't know whether they improved that. The very reason was they ate too much chocolates in childhood. Okay, now they started inventing chocolate without sugar and all, but it was a rich country, and you can afford all expensive chocolates around the world. And too much of sweets, children love sweets. What happened? The teeth, sugar is the enemy of the teeth, correct? That's why doctors with the teeth are getting, don't eat sugar. That is nicely rots nice. So he said, but then the mothers came back to the priest, said that, you said that, but tell me, why don't you say the same day? A child was there with me. He said, because that day I was also eating sweets. So I can only speak something and it can be effective when you're not doing it. But therefore Prabhupada says, you will not be effective if you're not following. You can try, you can also go to park and take a kartal and sit down and do kirtan. It's good. Punya Shavana Kirtanaha. It is good. Therefore it is said when people in the beginning they hear about Krishna consciousness, even the materialist, it is good for them. And what happens the first step? They become regulated. Regulation is Sattva-guna. Rajoguna is thinking about breaking regulation. Tamoguna is actually breaking the regulation. So they will become regulated. So it's all auspicious, Sometimes he thinks that, what to do? I can't follow any rules. And it is good. You hearing the Kirtana, hearing the Bhagavatam is good. At least for me it is good. My mouth is very near to my ears. I'm hearing. Others, I don't know whether they're here or not. I'm hearing. And I have little faith is there in the Shastra, I'm repeating. So what happens actually, people play a role in your life because they enhance your faith in the holy name and Prabhupada. See, at the end of the day, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. Guru and Krishna is going to act. Krishna is going to act through the books. Guru is going to act. Krishna is going to act through the holy name. Guru is going to act through the physical books. Now these two, the different personalities in ISKCON, they are important to us because they're going to increase our faith in the holy name and increase our faith in the Shastra. You understand? I appreciate this point. So no need to hunt around. Nowadays what happens, you sit on the YouTube, you see so many Anandas, so many Babas speaking. Be focused. At least we have taken shelter of Srila Prabhupada. Everybody is free, but my request really, focus on this institution. We don't have two gurus in spiritual life, we have one. So Srila Prabhupada is there as a guru, but there are so many representatives, Somebody may say, I am serving Srila Prabhupada, but how? That is all in your air, no? Physically. Now they are representatives of Srila Prabhupada, and Diksha Guru, you are serving him. And in so many ways, we feel so blessed by his faith in Srila Prabhupada, by his faith in the holy name, by his faith in the scripture. We get benefited. We enhance the faith in the holy name. Therefore, I say, somebody may say that, okay, I'm chanting the holy name of the Lord, I'm reading Prabhupada, so I will go back to God. No. You need faith. You need faith in those things. You'll faithfully enhance in association. Even if people are on the same level, stay in their association, because that will help you, that will encourage you, that will enhance your faith. Otherwise, without association, Maya will easily cripple our faith. Faith is something mystical actually, easily thrown away. And then starts dilution gradually. And first sign of fall down, we start appreciating the material activities and the materialist. Just like the Bharat Maharaj started appreciating charity. I should help this deer. That's a sign of fall down from pure devotion service. Anything less than pure devotion service is a revolt against the authority of Krishna. It is against the principle of Shuddha Bhakti. But we start appreciating. That's a sign of gradually the Maya permeates. When you're not in association of devotees, we start, because our nature is to appreciate. Just like so many people, they start appreciating politicians, this, that. It's okay, why? Why we get so entrapped? Election time, they become very excited. Why? They're not pure devotees. They don't speak. They don't even have an idea what is pure devotion. Why do you appreciate? Vyavarika level, that's fine. Okay, externally, but no. Because when fools are worshipped, Lakshmi goes away. There is a statement in the Shastra. What is that? When fools are worshipped, the Lakshmi goes away. So we should not worship fools. We should see that, anybody, Prabhupada used to have a very simple question. Please explain to me what is Krishna consciousness. And the person doesn't know. Prabhupada used to say, you are a rascal. That's the ABCD, Kanishtatikari. He doesn't even know what is pure devotion service to Krishna. What is Krishna consciousness? And isn't it most of the so-called stars, film stars, your cricket stars and politicians are all rascals in this terminology. They are not having any interest in devotion service to Krishna. So why we should associate? Why we should utilize them? At the heart of heart, it is said, Brahma Rudra Adi Kitayate. Even somebody having a position of Brahma and Shiva, if he is not devotee of the Lord, he is treated as an insect, no value. Then what happens once you remove all this, so-called personalities who are occupying your heart, and for them you are so much utilizing them. Every day you are hearing, they become more glorious. Somebody is criticizing. Why is he criticizing them? You actually lost your focus. Just like it is said, what is the fault of Devi Devata Puja? Is that you lose your focus on Krishna. And then the pleasure of devotion service goes away. Isn't it true? Makes sense? Correct? That is why the Devi Devata Puja is not recommended for in a path of pure devotion service, because you become distracted. And then your heart, which love, respect, worship, which should go to Krishna and which gives transcendental profit, is gone. Now these all XYZ Devi Devatas can maybe help me materially, but they cannot give me the real thing in life, increasing my attachment to Krishna. By doing devotion service and other processes, I increase my attachment to Krishna, but by this Devi Devata Puja, it is not going to help me in that. Therefore, Nashta Buddhaye. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says, somebody starts worshipping Devi Devata, Nashta Buddha, he lost his intelligence. For the path of pure devotion, this is not intelligent. Okay? Not intelligent. So it's not our business to criticize, but we should be tolerant and appreciate that, okay, maybe do the Devi Devata Puja, but it will be better. It will be better. Why don't you worship Krishna? Because in Rajoguna, Tamoguna, people do worship all this kind of pujas are there. But why don't, it is better, why don't you worship Krishna? Just like in this belt, mostly, so many parts of India, mostly the worship is tamasic. Okay? Not even rajasic here, so it's not even rajasic, tamasic. Liquor, meat is offered. Now, what do? We said, okay, this is tamasic puja. Somewhere they may be having some reference also from the Shastra, but they are doing that. But then you can worship Krishna. It will be so nice. We have to pleasantly explain. If you say, no, this is all bad, you should then criticize, and then people get hurt. You don't say like that. Person in nursery, don't say nursery is bad. No, that is what nursery is. That is what it is. But why don't you come to worship of Krishna? It will be better. It will be so nice. Then people will take it up. So anyway, so now the same way, when you lose focus, and so many Anandas, Babas, therefore I say focus on this ISKCON movement. I don't know, but somebody can be so foolish to leave shelter of Prabhupada, but sometimes slowly start eating his faith, hearing Prabhupada. I tell you a very interesting thing. Srila Prabhupada was in America, and he was about to leave because of his ill health. So one disciple came to Srila Prabhupada. They said, why don't you send your some godbrother or some other saint so he can continue teaching us? Srila Prabhupada, tears came in his eyes, Prabhupada said, one word, if that person speaks differently, whole movement will be lost. Try to understand this, correct? So it's the ISKCON movement. Anywhere you go, any temple you go, you will get the same teachings, correct? But stick to that. Once you go outside, one thing, all the so-called Babas, even so-called saints, they don't even tell you to chant Hare Krishna mantra. They have their own so-called mantras. Most of them are not even in sampradayas. Many don't even have a guru. But just because they may be good orator, I have seen so many times, people get very attracted with it. Please stick. Now at least many of you are initiated, many of you are on that path. Please stick to that. Many of them are not on the path of pure devotion, so-called popular Babas. They just speak for the audience. They just want to entertain the audience, that's all. And people are very attracted to that. Oh, he's saying nice, he's saying nice. Don't go for that. Okay? We have come to get pure devotion, and there was a definition. Naishamatistavadu kramangri sparshati anartho kumo edartaha mahiyasham padarajo vishekam niskinchananam namrinitayava. And Prabhupada is saying that the worship of a saint is done by hearing him. Very interesting, very interesting. There is Vapu Seva and Vani Seva. Vapu Seva is many times not practically possible, because just like in Srila Prabhupada now, we can't even have his physical presence. But Vani Seva is possible, no? We can hear what he says. Even so many wonderful Srila Prabhupada disciples are preaching around, we can hear what they say. So we hear. And by hearing, actually that is worshiping. Sometimes as parents, when the children don't listen to you, don't you get upset? Why they don't listen? I'm speaking for his good. The same way, Srila Prabhupada used to say, I have spent day and night writing these books. And then you don't have time to read them. Isn't that Guru Avagna? Prabhupada used to say, I am writing this book to make money or what? I am writing this to guide you in spiritual life. Every direction we need to go back to God that I have given in my books. But you have no time to read. That is Guru Ravagna. It's an offense. So in this way, at least we get time to hear in the morning Srila Prabhupada teachings. That's good. But try to save some time and also hear. So when we get focused on the path of pure devotion, therefore Prabhupada is saying here, there are two kinds of Yogeshwara. Krishna is said a Yogeshwara, Yatra Yogesh, who knows the shloka? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. Nobody knows. I have opened it.
Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudhara, Tasri Vadi Tirmama.
Very nice, very nice. Okay? So this is the shloka Yogeshwara is used for Krishna. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. And then Prabhupada says another shloka, which is the last shloka of the 6th chapter.
Yes. Yatataamapi sarvesham madhyate nantaratmana.
Shraddhavan
Same yuktatamamataha.
Yeah, same yuktataha. So yoginam api sarvesham, when we teach those who are Bhagavad Gita, is a very important verse, because most of the people are in karma kandis, and karma yoga is also at different levels. Vikarmis, you can say, first sinful people. Then little better, they come karma kandis, they are more interested in the punya papa, and then a nishkama karma yoga, sakama karma yoga, nishkama karma yoga, that's the highest, where they do karma yoga. Okay? Their activity is done for nishkama, without any personal profit. Then we have jnana yoga, where persons are trying to understand the Supreme Lord. And then we have Ashtanga yoga, discussed in the Bhagavad Gita, that is also in various levels. The beginner, there are 8 angas of Ashtanga yoga, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. Okay? And here also people are at different levels. But then among all of them, yogi nam api sarvesham, among all the kind of yoga, because Arjuna was very worried. Krishna, what happens? If I start this process, I may fall down in between. So Krishna said, don't worry. Yogi nam api sarvesham, among all the yogas, karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, madgata antaratmana, only a devotee is the best. Why? Shaddavan bhajate yomam. He worship me with great faith and devotion. Samayukta tamo mataha. In my opinion, yukta tama is the best. So, the Krishna declares the Bhakti Yogi is the best. And what way is the Bhakti Yogi different? Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi is its faith and devotion. It's the greatest. Karma Yogi is busy in his own activities and maybe on all his material ambitions, material desires, and then a little profit he gives to the Lord. The Jnana Yogi is busy with speculating and he tries to understand Supreme. The faith is lacking. Ashtanga Yogi is going to the forest to meditate, and then when he sees the Lord, then he surrenders. Again, faith is lacking. A devotee immediately surrenders. That's the difference. Now in Bhagavad Gita it says, Bahunam janamanamante jnanavana ma prapadyate. After many births, many births, you will come and surrender to me when you are in full knowledge. And you will declare, Vasudeva Sarvamati, Krishna is everything. You will declare like that. Bahunam janamanamante jnanavana ma prapadyate. Vasudeva Sarvamati samahatma sudurlabha. That's very rare. But then if that is the conclusion, why don't surrender now? That's Bhakti Yoga. But then how do I get the faith? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When you hear the holy name of the Lord, you hear the beautiful books Srila Prabhupada has given, you say to the devotees of the Lord, you get that faith. And that is actually takes immense amount of time generally. You start with Vikarma, then Karma Kanda, then go to Nishkama Karma Yoga, then you start Jnana Yoga, then after that you conclude God is there, then you go to the forest and do meditation to see the Lord, which takes a lot of time, sometimes 60,000 years to just get darshan of the Lord. How are you going to live that much? And then that means many lives you have to spend in all this process, and then you conclude, yes, the Lord is there, and then you surrender. Why don't you surrender? Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Namo Mahavadanyaya. Why is this so charitable? Krishna Prema Padayate. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kashid Yatati Siddhaye Yatatam Api Siddhanam Kashim Maham Veti Tattvataha. Among thousands of men, we can find a perfect person, Siddha, who has at least understood we are not body, we are soul. Yatatam api siddhanam, among many of them, you will find really somebody who is actually a pure devotee. Manushyanam sahasreshu kasyat yatasi siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kasyim mam veti tattvataha. Very rare you will find somebody who knows Krishna. Very rare. Therefore, imagine what Srila Prabhupada is giving, representing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. He gave us love for Krishna. Now we don't have love for Krishna, but a drop. And that effect is there. When a drop of love of Krishna is received, persons just abandon all the things material and they surrender to Krishna. At least that has started. So we can know that actually the path of attachment to Krishna we have already got. Already got. Now just hold on. You have a solid boat to go back to Krishna. Don't look at other boats now. You got that board. Follow the rules and regulations Srila Prabhupada has given. And essence is that to chant 16 rounds and follow 4 regulated principles and other so many details are there. Starts at this point. Start following. There are some 64 Angas of devotional service, and actually as a life in ISKCON, all of them are already there. Okay? So somebody had given a link. Let me see. What is the link? Okay. So how to discharge devotional service? Yeah, you see that first thing. These are all actually written by Rupa Goswami's Sanskrit and taking from different Vedic literature. Srila Prabhupada translates for us in English. And you see in Nectar Devotion, not a single shloka is written. Easy reading, but it's heavy. So number 1, accepting the shelter of a lotus feet of a bona fide spiritual master. Okay? That is the first step in spiritual life. And naturally that happens. What you want, you seek somebody who has. Okay? So we seek association. Being initiated by a spiritual master and learning how to discharge devotion service from him. Now second step, you take shelter. And first thing you, taking shelter, you take diksha. Then obeying the orders of spiritual masters, faith and devotion. Whatever orders you given, you obey them. Okay, number 3, very good. Number 4, following the footsteps of the great acharyas teach in the direction of the spiritual master. He gives, just like we are reading about 4 Kumaras, Prithu Maharaj and all, we get so many role models, follow that. Inquiring for spiritual master how to advance in Krishna consciousness, taking instruction, guidance. Number 6, being prepared to give up anything material for the satisfaction of Supreme Personality Godhead. That means we are ready to give up our unwanted material desires. Number 7, residing in a sacred place of pilgrimage like Dwarka and Vrindavana. Now this is a challenge. How do you cannot say Vrindavan, we cannot stay all the time, but at least we can convert our home. That's what this was there. We had discussed this in our meeting. There's something, a concept we are developing called Bhakti Home. And the Bhakti Home is that the whole family is actually interested in Krishna consciousness. And at least that's the beginning. At least one member has started chanting 1 round. Others have become favorable and sinful activities are out. There is no meat eating, drinking in that house. No sinful activities are happening in that house. And the whole house has become favorable to Krishna consciousness, and at least one. So that the house has become a temple now. Is that good? So you can make your house into Vrindavan or Dwarka and build it higher and higher. Then whole family chanting 16 round. You are having bhoga offering to the Lord. You are having kirtana in the house. You are inviting devotees and having festival in the house. Step by step build it. Accepting only what is necessary or dealing with the middle world only as far as necessary. Only what is necessary. Yes. Yukta Vairagya. Okay, don't get too much. Observing the fasting day of Ekadashi. Yes, Ekadashi you should observe. Worshipping sacred trees like banyan tree. Number 10. Okay? And number 11. Give up the company of non-devotees. That will come in the next verse also. The 4 Kumaras advise us. We should be very careful. One should not instruct a person in not desiring for except. Generally people are not interested. They're in lower forms of so-called dharma, whatever they do. No need to criticize them, but encourage them to take to the higher path of devotion service. Generally people are not. One should not be very enthusiastic constructing costly temples and monasteries. Yeah, because that should not become. Actually, see, the focus is preaching. By Krishna's grace, that is not what we did. We were somehow involved in teaching in colleges. They're not many big money. Then we got involved in teaching online. Temple just on the way it happened. We were teaching. We were not focused on that. One should not try to read too many books. That's what I told you. Focus on Srila Prabhupada. Nor should one develop the idea of earning a livelihood by lecturing or professionally reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Then when you are speaking, you're not speaking actually. You're speaking money. You may be speaking Gita, but idea is to somehow impress people. No. Then you'll not tell things which are not palatable to people. You'll not reveal the truth. You're just entertaining the audience. One should not be neglectful in ordinary dealings. One should not be under the spell of limitation, loss, or jubilation again. Should be calm, peace, and quite peaceful devotee. One should not disrespect the demigod. Do I want to do that? They are appointed heads by the Lord. One should not give unnecessary trouble to any living entity. Why? Ahimsa. That is ahimsa. Don't give pain to other living entities. One should carefully avoid the various offenses chanting the holy name of the Lord. Thus we did discuss the various offenses of the holy name. One should be very intolerant toward the blaspheming Supreme Personality Godhead, which is just Kali-yuga best is to walk away from that place. Okay? So now we got some more, the more items. One should decorate the body with tilaka. We should put tilaka with the sign of the Vaishnavas. Okay? Okay, and sometimes it is you're going to office, you cannot put water tilaka. Okay. Marks in the tilaka, sometimes one may write Hare Krishna on the body. Some people have, they write. Okay. One should accept flowers and garlands that have been offered to the deity in the spiritual, put them on one's body. Yeah, we should take prasadam of the Lord. One should learn to dance before the deity. Very, very important. One should learn to dance. In fact, I remember when I used to do the public programs, I used to cite an instance that, there is actually an instance, the kirtana is going and you don't move your legs, and then next life no legs. One should learn how to bow down immediately upon seeing the deity or the spiritual master, the natural mark of respect. As soon as one is a temple of Lord Krishna, one must stand up. Oh, very nice. When the deity is being born for a stroll, we should follow the procession. In the temples, that things are there. The deities go for in a palanquin, so it's very nice, just go around. A devotee must visit Vishnu temple at least once or twice every day, morning and evening. Very good, very good. We should do that. And there was one king in Jaipur, very nice. I don't remember his name. He made it a rule that everybody has to come to take darshan of Govind Dev deity 3 times a day. And when he was there, to this day, the culture has been there. People liked it, Something was very sweet, Nowadays, people don't have time, so-called. Everybody has time. But they don't utilize it properly. Take care. Very good. Prabhupada is saying in Vrindavan, actually that happens. One must circumambulate the temple building at least 3 times. Okay, there is, generally done in odd. So do that 3 times at least to go for parikrama around the deities. Okay? Sometimes people go proper, said more time, 10, 15 times, according to their vows. The Goswami will circumambulate Govardhana hill, go to Govardhan, circumambulate it at least once. One should also circumambulate the whole Vrindavan area. There is Vrindavan parikrama. One should worship the deity in the temple according to the regulative principles, rules and regulations. And you cannot do it alone, therefore I am requesting many of you come down. But what to do, better things to do. One must render personal service to the deities. Yes, we should get a chance, we should be excited. Not Galagraha, Archa Vigraha. One must sing, sing for the pleasure of the Lord. Okay? One must perform Sankirtana, one must chant, one must offer prayer, one must recite notable prayers. One must taste Mahaprasada offered to the deity. One must drink Charnamrita. See, these are things that are easily done in the temple. Therefore, I request, once in 6 months you go somewhere. Why not come here? Come to the temple. One must smell the incense flowers offered to the deity. One must touch the lotus feet of the deity. This, for pujaris, have that opportunity to touch the lotus feet. One must see the deity with great devotion. One must offer arati at different time. One must hear about the Lord and his pastime from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, similar book. One must pray to the deity for his mercy. One should remember the deity. One should meditate upon the deity. One should render some voluntary service. One should think of the Lord as one's friend. One should offer everything to the Lord. One should offer a valuable article, food, garment to the Lord. One should take all kind of risks and perform all endeavors of Krishna's benefit. In every condition, one should be surrendered soul. One should pour water on the tulsi tree. One should regularly hear Srimad Bhagavatam, the similar literature. One should live in a sacred place like Mathura, Vrindavan, Dwarka. One should offer service to the Vaishnavas. One should arrange one devotional service according to one's means. In the month of Kartika, one should make arrangement of special services. During Janmashtami, one should observe a special service. One should do whatever is done with great care and devotion to the deity. One should relish the pleasure of Bhagavatam reading among devotees, not outsiders. One should associate with the devotees who are considered more advanced. One should chant the holy name of the Lord. One should live in the jurisdiction of Mathura. So now you got total 64 items. And among these 64 items, 5 items are most important. Number one, worshipping the deity, number one. And as you know, our deity ministry department said, be careful, best is get pictures. Because at home, commitment to the sevas will not happen. And so many problems may be there. When the seva is done sometimes you go on a tour, deities are lying locked up, better have pictures. That is also, the deity can be in 7 ways, Krishna. So one is painting, yeah, good. Hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, that is easy. You can always do that. And call the whole house, just like we are doing now. Call the whole house, why don't we read together? Associate among the devotees, associating, we should be involved. Sankirtana, do that. And make your house, just like we discussed the Bhakti home. Start from the beginning, smallest level, and then lift it up. Mathura are very important. So these 5, worshipping the deity, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, associating with devotees, Sankirtana, and living in Mathura, making your house are most important. Okay? And these 64 devotional items should include all activity, the body, mind and speech. Not that, okay, I do it mentally. No. Physically also, the body, mind. As stated in the beginning, the regulated from the devotional service enjoin that all our senses must be employed in the service of the Lord. Exactly how they can be thus employed is described in above 64 items. Now, Srila Rupa Goswami will give evidence of different scripture supporting the authenticity of many of these points. Now, we will go in detail. Okay. Hare Krishna everybody. Thank you.
Pranam Prabhuji, thank you for the
Hare
class.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Pranam
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji, Bhagavad
Prabhuji.
Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranam Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare
Prabhuji, thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Chalo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Good darshan. Chalo, we'll have darshan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama.
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Krishna.
Hare.